Lordy.
So what's happening here today then, Nick?
Hello, mate. So it's an honour to be invited to Exeter to stand with the Patriots, to represent the Patriots in our campaign to bring to the attention of concerned citizens, voters, mothers and fathers, families, but also the government as well, the establishment, the government, saying to them, we hear you, we understand your concerns, and what I have said is that the infiltration of the advent of both mass legal and illegal immigration will now have produced a pipeline of criminal activity, and then of course in terms of going through the CPS, we will only find out, Gen Pop, the British public, will only find out about the atrocities 1 week, 1 day, 1 month at a time, because these individuals have to go through the Crown Prosecution Service. So yesterday,
they get that far.
Yesterday, Friday, maybe it was Thursday, latest one, the unrest in 2024 outside the Holiday Inn in Tamworth. There was unrest there. Yes, maybe some bins were pushed, maybe some fires that went up very quickly were lit, and the individual in the hotel at the time has now gone through the courts. Shortly after he arrived in 2024, this individual, he raped a girl in Jan 25. I think that those numbers are correct. So arrive on a small boat, we get really upset, we protest, Patriots go to jail, illegal immigrant rapes a girl, we find out about it a year later, and then this cycle just keeps going. It just keeps going. So obviously there are lots of concerns across many different policy areas, true, but our shop front policies to the nation, so they know where they stand, is mass deportations and remigration. And we must do, alongside that, we must reinstate Christianity back into the heart of government. If we're taking our country back, we need a completely clean slate, and we absolutely cannot abandon any pathway constitutionally, culturally, in terms of our heritage, traditions, what we want our children taught in schools. The moral framework must come from the faith, not suggested, not implied, not constitutionally, actual Christianity. Men and women who are of the faith, who believe in the faith, who share the same vision that we do for
So I understand what you're saying there. So some people do, but I don't believe in anything. Do you know what I mean? I think most religions are based on fear. All of them, even God. If you don't believe me, you go to hell. So for me, you're kind of being forced into it. So yeah, religions are not for me. But obviously, I don't knock anybody who wants to believe in things. So
we don't try to alienate secularists, atheists, agnostics. What we're saying is that we believe that a country should be governed by a moral framework.
Well, we live by Christian rules, and they're better than most other religions, if I'm honest.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Sounds like you're halfway there.
Yeah. Well, no, I can see their values and that, but it's just the way.
Halfway there.
It's just the way they always come across. Do you know what I mean?
So Christianity. So this is a very important point. Christianity in Britain. How do I do this diplomatically? There are different denominations of Christianity. For example, have you ever been to London? Have you ever been to a major city in England?
Yeah.
You know the preachers on the street corner?
Yeah.
Right. I can tell you now, they belong to a certain denomination. Now, I'm not going to go into that, but there are certain denominations that hide in the shadows and just keep themselves to themselves. There are other denominations that very much take the mantle to go out and evangelize.
Yeah.
In terms of evangelizing, if there is one true God, one true faith, then there's ways to do that, and Britain has got it very wrong with regards to evangelizing, and it's put people like you off, and it's put people like you off rightly so, because they've done it in the wrong way. And there are ways. All I can say is there are ways to evangelize, and the way to do that is through the church. They're saying to people, keep an open mind and go back to church. But if you go to church and there's a woke pastor who's completely unqualified, who's, I don't know, gay, shaved head, piercings everywhere, and she's talking about yoga and being a vegan, etc. Listen, don't deviate.
That's not Christianity.
Yeah, don't deviate from the liturgy. You can be whoever you are, but don't deviate from the liturgy. And so many good people have tried church found that, and they've doubled down on their atheism or agnosticism. So it's not your fault, it's not our fault, but it is the state's fault, because culture runs downstream from politics, and I think that there could be a very different era for Britain. And I'm not insensitive to what you said, and we welcome secularists and agnostics and atheists into Britain, into the party.
Yeah, good. Thank you very
Nice
much.
one, mate. Well done.